whatever. Christmas, any special occasion. And not every day is a special occasion. It's basically, if I want to drink to get drunk, I limit it to probably about twice a year. And that's a weird occurrence, because if you know me, you know that, I used to drink every day. Basically, for every day for 10 years, I was drinking. I was drinking and able to function. I was a functioning alcoholic. Because one, I didn't drive. I couldn't drive. I still can't drive. But hey, I walk everywhere, so, And walking actually sobers you up quite a bit. After my cousin's wedding on Saturday, I had my dad drop me off at the gas station just down the street from my house. And I ended up walking home. And by the time I got home, I was drunk when I left. And I was a little bit drunk when I got home. But I wasn't as drunk as I was while I was in the car. So it worked out. And that's the time where, it's excusable to have a few. And, I wouldn't drink a gallon of PCP like Zach Traeger did. Or gave you the perception of what he was doing. Me, drinking, not my thing anymore. Don't see any point in it. And people are like, oh, then what do you do in your spare time? I'm like, well, my mind's always working. When I'm not at work, I'm at work, so I'm constantly functioning. I'm constantly thinking of new material, so that's what I do in my spare time. I constantly think of material and not drink alcohol, which is kind of excruciating. And it's the same with smoking. I'm so glad I quit smoking. I'm so happy and so excited that I went 2 months without having a cigarette. And it's the same feeling that I had when I quit drinking. After 2 months of sobering up completely, after 2 months of drinking, I just felt so much better. And I had that little bit of extra money. And it was there. It was at my disposal. So I did what any other rational human being would do. I put that money towards cigarettes. Yeah, why not? Why not? Why not go from one addiction to the next addiction? That's the only sane and rational thing. Why not? Why not? Why not give the government more of my money? Because, that's the stupidest thing. And that's the other thing with the legalization of marijuana in Canada. I smoked for 23 years, and for 23 years, the government was taking money from it because of the taxes on cigarettes. And now, the thing that I use as medicine to treat a condition that I was born with, that's a long-term disability. Oh, well, wait, it's not a long-term disability because the government doesn't recognize it as a long-term disability. Because, I need to be properly tested. I know I'm an epileptic. I don't need to prove shit. Especially to the Canadian government, since it's been well documented since I was 12. This government's backwards. But anyway. So the thing that I use as medicine, they want to tax me on. Because it's legal for recreational use. Yeah, no. That's not happening. I'm not doing that again. I've gone 24 years. Well, not 24. I'd say almost 20 years. Because for the first 3 years of me smoking, I never actually bought a gram. People just got me stoned. And now the government wants to tax people for smoking weed for recreational use. And I'm all for the protesting. I really am. Because it's ridiculous. You shouldn't be taxed on a medicine. It's like taxing people for prescription medication. You can't fucking do it. It's immoral. It's immoral, and it's just, you gotta tax everything. That's the liberal government's way. Gotta tax everything. And then people get pissed off at the Conservative Party when they take power because they end up slashing fucking costs on things. Because they have to try to, balance out balance out the budget so, people won't be taxed as much. And if the Conservative Party wins next year, they're going to have so much fucking work to do because of Trudeau's overspending, because of all these stupid bullshit taxes and laws. Like that carbon tax I knew it was set to fail. I knew it was set to fail because, one, they already have a fuel emissions tax on certain provinces. That's what Chrétien did. And everybody's bitching about the whole, climate change. We had 25 to 30 years to do something about the climate change. We knew it was coming. We knew the climate was changing. We knew everything was happening. We knew something was bound to happen. Harper wanted to save the Arctic. Understandable. That's what his solution was to have taxpayers save the Arctic because they knew that the ice caps were melting and we needed to stop that from happening. Yet, Trudeau's answer, because all Canadians wanted, is a carbon tax. No, Canadians don't want to be taxed more. Why? That's like the universal child tax. I have no kids. I'm a single guy. And every time I watch the House of Commons videos, they're talking about single families, middle-class single families. What about the single guy? What are the people that are single that don't have anybody in their lives that don't have a family? How come we're being taxed to pay for this family to live? And yet it's harder for people to claim the workers' insurance tax break because you have to prove that you're single. Why the fuck do we have to prove anything to their Canadian government? When we do our taxes, there's a little box where you just check single. And these families that have kids, I understand about the whole paternity-maternity leave. But when that's over, why are they still receiving a freaking universal child tax? Oh, it's for single parents. I don't have any kids. What about the single guy? What about the fucking single guy that fucking busts his ass off, goes into work when he can barely even fucking stand? Goes into work, works 8 hours, and walks home and have the federal government, take $125 of his paycheck. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. And that $125 goes right into the pockets of those middle-class families that need the help. Bitch, please. I tried claiming disability 3 fucking times, and I won't be accepted because I need to prove that I have a medical condition, that I have a long-term disability. Even though I'm claiming the disability tax credit, I need to prove that I have a long-term disability. Fuck you. I love this nation so fucking much, and yet I feel like I'm getting burnt and lynched, basically. Because middle-class families are more important than the single guys, the single people out there that are working to pay off their loans, pay off their student loans, pay off mortgages, pay off their car payments, pay off past debts. And no. The youth are our future. We need to look out for them. Yeah. They said the same thing back in the 90s for my generation, that they need to look out for us. That didn't do shit. That did not do shit. So, and that's all about who we elect to run our country. And for some reason, we keep electing the fucking dumbasses. And I'm sorry I helped get this idiot. I kind of feel bad because I helped get this idiot elected, because people are like, oh, you just want him elected because he wants to legalize marijuana. No, I wanted to get him elected because he said he was going to look out for the single middle-class worker across the country, across the prairies. He wanted to look out for the prairies. He hasn't done shit for the prairies. He's enforced tax after tax after tax, and it's just insulting. Yeah. So, I'm going to stop watching the House of Commons videos, even though they're fun. It's funny to watch because the Liberal government has this thing with non-answers where the Speaker will be asked a question, and anybody from the Liberal government won't answer the question. they tiptoe around it. I'm just like, this is hilarious. This is like watching This is like watching stand-up comedy. This is like watching a sketch comedy show like Mad TV. That's just utterly fucking hilarious. All right, I'm gonna take a short break. And I forgot to add a clip, but I'll add that. So we'll go and play this clip here.
Let's fry something.
Yeah, check it out. Cut.
Grease is cool.
Hello? I'll have a cheeseburger with no ketchup. And I'll also have a chicken sandwich with no tomatoes and with extra mayonnaise. And some onion rings with no salt. And
Shut up.
I also want a large orange soda with no ice. And
Shut up. Go away.
Did you get all that?
We're like, closed or something. Go away. That was cool.
Yeah. Customers suck. Check this out. Welcome to the world. May I help you?
You're pretty cool, Beavis.
Are your shakes made with real milk and ice cream, or do you use that reconstituted shake mix stuff?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Yeah, you use the shake mix, or yeah, you use the real stuff?
Yeah.
Let me talk to the manager.
Yeah.
I'm an assistant manager, sir. Is there something I can help you with?
Yes, I'm trying to ask a very simple question here. Are your shakes made from shake mix or from ice cream and milk?
We have vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry.
Yeah.
Forget it. God, can't you idiots answer a simple question? I'll go somewhere else. God, morons. Gee, couple of imbeciles.
Let's go break something.
Yeah.
Pull my finger. Pull my finger, dude.
No way.
Come on, pull my finger.
Nothing?
SBD.
That was cool.
Some Beavis and Butthead, some classic Beavis and Butthead. Customer service. That's that Beavis and Butthead way. I just wish I could treat customers like that. Shut up, go away. No, I can't do that. I can't do that in my job because, one, I deal with customers face to face. You can't really tell them to shut up and go away. You could, but then you lose your job. Everybody needs a job. Gotta pay the bills. Gotta buy food. Gotta be overtaxed on food. Gotta be taxed on air. That's the thing. That's the next thing is like I said earlier, is the oxygen tax, and that's going to be coming into effect in 2019 if the Trudeau government gets elected again. I'm still laughing about that whole, we're trying to like stop climate change. You can't stop it. Here's the thing about pollution, Trudeau. We're not the only country that's polluting the earth. There are so many different continents and countries that drive as a necessity because they need to get around. You're taxing people that have to drive from rural communities, give Stonewall as an example. You have to drive from Stonewall to Winnipeg, or drive from Winnipeg to Stonewall to work, and you're going to tax people on that. You're taxing people to go to work. And yet this whole fucking carbon tax rebate is just a slap in the face because you're trying to